Hey, what's up, fam? And welcome back again to Recap Kickback. It's me, your host, Chappell. And today we are going to be talking about something we forecasted a couple weeks ago. We talked about what the hell be going on BET Plus. Is that are we doing our due diligence as media commentators and podcasters if we have not really checked out what is behind the paywall over there on BET? And so we are going to do that today. And with me, my co-host who has checked out a black ass sampler platter of BET shows. It's Mari. Mari, welcome back.
Yes, we are back. We are talking about some black shit today. What a change of pace for us, Chappelle.
Yeah.
Like, look at that. Look at us. No, I'm glad we randomly came up with this assignment to ourselves at the end of a long podcast where we were just making up, because this was actually very fun to just be on BET Plus and hopping around and just sampling everything that they have to offer over there.
Yes, and due to our throwing out the ideas last week with our special guest Jazz, as we discussed the Seen and Heard documentary. Yeah, I got a few ideas for stuff that we're going to talk about, but you have to wait until the end of the podcast to get to what is coming next, because we still have to talk about these BET shows. And where do I start? I think that I am very happy that we did this. I am so excited that we did this project, because for a while I've been subscribed to a ton of streaming services, none of them BET Plus. I think I did I did the 7-day trial to watch something one time. I don't remember what it was. And then I promptly did not renew my subscription, because who got money to spend on yet another streaming service?
Another one. Yeah.
But I will say, while digging around, I like some of the stuff I saw, Mari. I was very like, damn, we kind of been missing out. What have we been doing? So yeah, if you have been checking out BET Plus and you hear us talking about any of your favorite shows, let us know here in the comments on YouTube, youtube.com/@Recap Kickback. And if you are listening to this audio version only, make sure you leave us a 5-star review on recapkickback.com and let us know, hey, yeah, talk about one of my favorite shows on BET Plus, because I might have a new favorite show, Mari. But what did you think about this assignment?
Oh yeah, like I said, it was actually really fun to like actually go on BET Plus and actually like look around, because I think of BET Plus about the stuff I kind of see in their ads, right? And let's be real, all their ads are just the Tyler Perry stuff. And I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? We've been covering Tyler Perry stuff for a minute here, and it's just like, meh, you know what I'm saying? And it's very easy to get in your brain that BET equals Tyler Perry, because I mean, he's a big portion of it. But to actually go on the app and really like look around and dig around, I found some gems that I was like, I would have never known this was here if I hadn't have come on here. So I do have the 7-day free trial right now. I'm gonna probably try and watch as much as I can in 7 days. And then we'll come back to it when the pockets are heavier. So
and not to tell on myself, but if we need to find the links, I could probably circumvent some of the things. This ain't exactly a black owned business.
That is true.
You know what I'm saying? It's not like we got, so what I'm saying. Well, heavy on the Viacom over here, right?
Let us know. Let us know in the comments if how to ethnically source this materials.
Right, because I'm looking at it. BET is an American basic cable channel targeting Black audiences, a flagship channel of the BET Media Group, a subsidiary of Paramount. And Paramount been acting up this year, so I just feel like it might be our duty
to watch and talk about how good the acting is, but not to pay the big corporation.
So Mari, there are some shows that you watched, and there are some shows that I watched, and then some shows that you and I both watched. So can we start with something that I know we both watched? I think we'll have a lot to say about it, and so I really do want to jump in I've heard about this show before. It I don't know if I heard good things, I don't know if I heard bad things, but I remember seeing the words Diarra from Detroit.
Yep.
And I don't know if I could be happier with a TV show, the way
Mm-hmm.
written, the way it was presented, the plot. Kenya Barris did his big one with this one. I will give him.
Oh.
He is our executive. Well, one of the producers. It's Diarra Kilpatrick and Kenya Barris. And so them producing this together have led to what I would say was my favorite thing that I watched so far. What about you?
Oh my gosh, this was so good. This was the first thing I watched because of the same thing you said. Like, I remember seeing something about it when it initially came out and just thinking like, oh, that's intriguing, but just never following up. And then when I was just looking around, I was like, well, let me start with this. And my God, this was so good. It was so good. I was like, what? Like, how is this like an episode of like Insecure?
Insecure. It felt like Insecure. Why is nobody talking about this?
but also meets like I don't know. It had a
Watson?
Mystery. Yes, Watson. Yeah, like a Sherlock Holmes type twist.
What's the one we watched with oh God, it was
I can help you.
It was Black Man,
Alex
Cross. It reminded me of Alex Cross.
Yes, Alex Cross. Yes,
yes.
Alex Cross, but she's a teacher. Like,
right, yeah. And she has this like keen like sense of just.
It was so, oh my, so good. I was like, I wasn't even expecting that at the end when I love a good like flashback / put some pieces together. I was like, oh, she perceptive. Like it was so it's so genre breaking in a sense because Diarra is a teacher in Detroit. Like, so it kind of has that like almost like an Abbott bent to it because her and her homeboy, another teacher, are there and they're making like smart ass comments while they're trying to like govern the kids, and then she's like solving the case of her kids. It's so interesting. I don't even know how to like really describe it. And then the messy portion of her like dating life. Mm-hmm. Her just being messy because she's going through a divorce. So it also has that tilt of like heroine in distress because she's trying to figure out what her next move is.
Yes, it's very, very Insecure vibes. I think maybe it's because Diarra Kilpatrick, our leading actress here, is like the head producer. You know, she's the creator of the show in the same way Issa Rae was for Issa Dee's character and Insecure. So I looked at the Wikipedia page. This premiered at Tribeca Film Festival in 2023, hit BET Plus in 2024, and got positive reviews from critics. And in 2025, April 2025, it was renewed for a second season. Mari,
nice.
we got one. We got a good show that's coming back, and I'm gonna be seated. I'm gonna be sat because the premise of the show. I'm gonna try to wrap it. There's a lot going on.
It's a lot, man.
The premise of the show is that Diarra is going through a breakup. She's going through a divorce, and she has been trying to get over that. And so by doing that, she gets on Tinder and meets a man who essentially dickmatizes her. I don't know. She calls him Ambien because prior to meeting him, she could not sleep, and she got a full 8 hours of sleep after meeting Ambien. And so after their one night stand, he then disappears. And like many people, I think after like getting ghosted, she tries to rationalize this in her mind. Maybe I should call the cops. Maybe something happened. Maybe something's wrong. But the whole time, everybody's telling her she's crazy, only to realize that in her, delusional a way of trying to find this man who clearly doesn't want to be found, she is picking up the pieces of what's going on with her students. Somehow, she becomes like a detective for the drama at the school and is able to help students through their personal lives while her own personal life is crumbling around her. It's so good.
It's so good.
And then, of course, we get a twist at the end showing that maybe she's not as delusional as people would think. And so maybe this lady has, she got some mystery solving chops, Mari. I don't know if it's going to be like almost like a case of the week type vibe.
Right.
PR from Detroit. But that's kind of what I want. I want her to be looking for the main, like in like an Alex Cross way, right? Where we're looking for the main mystery is where is Ambient, what happened? But then the little mysteries, like why is my student getting her hair done? Like why do I have to do her hair at school? Where's her mama? Why are the kids getting in a fight? Why did he punch me in the eye? What did I do? Those are the mysteries that I really want to hone in on if that's the format for the show moving forward.
Yeah, this was also like the perfect thing to start off with too, is because the first episode, mind you guys, we literally just said we're just watching the first episode of all these shows, and this was one of the best first episodes like ever. It introduced you to the character, it introduces you to the world, it introduces the main storyline, it introduces you to a case of the week and how Diarra is going to move going forward, and it had comedy. There are so many parts we can really talk about. Oh my god. Anyways, okay, I'm trying. I want to quote a line, but then when she's when she's staring at the missing poster of Ambient when he's a kid, and this woman is just like, I always thought the mama did it, and she points at the poster like, if this man is missing or dead, how did he eat my pussy on Friday night? I was like, what? Lady, why are you telling that to this random lady in line at the DMV or at the post office? Diarra is so funny. The fact that people think, like, the fact that she's like semi kind of crazy, but it's just so, that's the shit she says, like, for no reason. Like, it's just so good. And the first episode really set it up. Like, the first episode, that's the end. Like, well, the end is once she figures out that he was a missing child, like a child that went missing like 30 some years ago, or like, yeah, a little less than 30 years ago, and then him also being snatched off the street or whatever. And so you want to watch more. Like, I literally had to stop myself from watching more. I was like, damn, I gotta watch more stuff. So like it was just like the perfect first episode. It did everything I needed it to do.
There are so many quotable moments in this one episode. It really did feel like Insecure, in that you watch that first episode and you coming away with broken pussy and all these other moments, like in this episode alone, like where she's talking about autocorrect being racist because it autocorrects her name from Diarra to Diarrhea. She tells one of the students, I know this is BS but if you shut up, we can get out of here faster, when they're talking about like being drug free. Like,
my favorite moment was when she's in the car rapping Eminem, "I'ma kill you," because this is me. You are me. When I am mad, when I'm dealing with some stuff, I just put Eminem on and I just start yelling at the top of my lungs the most horrible stuff. And I was like, this is so relatable.
There's a moment, I think. Oh yeah, there's a moment at the very beginning where she actually is the victim of a home invasion, and she hears something downstairs, and she says, and I guess I was feeling like a white woman in a horror movie because I went downstairs to see what the noise was. She gets held at gunpoint and realizes that she not only recognizes the man's voice but knows the burglar, and he's there with his stepson to rob her. And eventually the two people who are robbing her feel pity on her because since her divorce, she's been letting herself go.
Oh my God. So freaking good. They're eating at her table after trying to rob her.
Her friend, she has a frenemy in this show as well, who I guess they go way back, but this woman taught her
the hell out of me for like 2 seconds.
You feel like they about to fist fight, but they really I guess that's just how they get along. I don't know.
They was cussing each other out.
Well, she taught her how to cuss. She said, "You taught me how to cuss in the first place." It was so good. There was just so many moments. One of the students, even the students are funny. I think one of the standout moments with one of the students is that she's listening to Diarra talk about being ghosted, and the little girl says, "Yeah, my uncle disappeared for 11 months, and he came back married to a stripper on disability." I said, "Wait, what?" What does that even mean? As far as I'm concerned, the biggest standout of our assignment here, Diarra, and I will be watching Diarra from Detroit in preparation for season 2. I will be there ready when it drops, and hopefully, maybe we can talk about it a little bit more on Recap Kickback. But yes, cast was great. Diarra Kilpatrick as Diarra, like I said, does kind of like in the Issa Rae role. My imaginary friend, she's not my friend in real life, but in my mind, Dominique Perry was there. We talked about her on plenty of shows. I will see her in the homecoming in a week. Try to get her on the podcast. Let's see what happens. But yeah, so many people.
The guy who plays Ambien was in Beauty and Black. He was Calvin from Beauty and Black.
I knew.
You were trying to figure out where.
Yeah. Yes, the entire time. I was calling that man Ambien is crazy. And it's then. Amazing. I also saw somebody who was not in the first episode, but not to spoil this. There's a Howard University alum in this show. Mari, are you familiar with who I'm about to talk about?
Not Morris Chestnut is coming, right?
Well, Morris Chestnut was in the episode. I didn't know he was a Howard.
He was?
Yeah,
no,
he was.
He's not, but
they show like a moment where her and him were still together. This is her estranged.
Oh, that's her ex-husband?
Yeah.
Oh, he a cop. This makes sense. Oh my god, I can't wait to watch the rest of this. Anyway,
yeah,
okay.
I'm in it.
No, who is it?
Felicia Rashad is coming.
Oh, she is. Oh,
yeah, wow. She's coming. We have. Sometimes she be tripping, but whatever. We still here to check this out. I'm so excited. I really like. If I cannot recommend anything else we watched today, I definitely want to start with Diarra from Detroit, and I want to apologize for being so damn late because everybody else knew. Okay, Mari, what's next? What do you want to talk about now?
Let's talk about. Okay, so let's go with Divorced Sistas. I think this is one that we both watched as well, right?
Okay, yeah, so, I watched it. I didn't know if you were going to watch Sistas and Divorced Sistas or just Divorced Sistas. Did you watch them both?
I just watched Divorced Sistas.
Okay.
Because just in case it was a spinoff of Sistas, I wanted to come into Divorced Sistas to see what you said about Sistas, to see if it's connected and if it did it well. Is it connected?
It doesn't seem like it. It seems like
okay. That's what I thought.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it, but it is in the same cinematic universe. So in my in my studies, I found that Divorced Sisters, Sistas, and Zatara are all related. They're all in the same kind of Zatima. Yeah, Zatima. They're all in the same family. And including, I think, Calvin from Beauty and Black. I think he's in there as well. So good on him. Get your money from Tyler Perry. But yeah, Mari, what you think about Divorced Sistas?
Okay, so I wanted to do this one next because Divorced Sistas had the highest rated premiere on BET, I think just earlier this year, on the streaming service. So it broke records. I watched the first episode. It left me intrigued. It did. Ooh. I was like, okay, Tyler. Like, I would sometimes forget this was a Tyler Perry show, which is good.
Which is good. Yeah, which is objectively good. That's fine.
Objectively, it was Naomi scenes that I was like, oh yeah. Yeah, yep. I remember where we're at.
Oh yeah, it's much time, niggas. Much time.
Very that. But I love this. First off, also because Kadeem Ellis is amazing. I don't know if you are familiar with the Ellises, but her husband is he's the lead in Zatima, DeVal Ellis. And they're like a social media influencer, a Black social media influencer couple that I've been following for it has to be at least a decade at this point now, that like really started as like Black influencers, family influencers. I think they have it's 4 boys, might be 5 now. They at one point she was popping out kids like every 2 seconds. And they basically followed their dream. Like they moved to Atlanta to follow DeVal's dream to be an actor, and he landed the Zatima role, which Zatima is a spinoff of something. I forget. Was that Sistas? That
Zatima is a spinoff of Sisters, and Divorce Sisters
right.
is a spinoff of Zatima. I think
Zatima.
they're all
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Right. Yes. He was like a side character in Sisters, and then him and his lead got their own show, and so it kind of like tangentially following their journey has been so great. And so when I saw her here in Divorce Sisters, I was like, oh my God, I was so happy for them. And she actually was acting the house down boots. So Divorce Sisters is about a group of 5 friends. They've known each other for about 20 years or so. 2 of them are currently divorced. Like when we come into the series, they are divorced already. One of them I think is recently divorced. I think Naomi is recently divorced, and then Tiffany is not so recently divorced. It's been at least 3 years, but she hasn't really got back on the saddle. Geneva, who is Kadim's character, is like I was really getting main character vibe from her because she's like the first person that really talks. Her and Tiffany are the ones that are giving us this was when I was like, yep, this is Tyler Perry. They're giving us all of that exposition in the first scene. Oh yeah, girl, we've known each other for 20 years. Oh, don't forget about our friend Naomi.
She's so crazy. Remember that time she did that crazy thing? I'm like, and I remember in my notes, I'm like, okay, Naomi is the crazy one. And like, and Rashida, she be praying. I'm like, and she is the churchy one.
It was very that. And Geneva, her husband, I don't believe we didn't meet her husband in the first episode.
We didn't meet her husband, and we did not meet the person that he may or may not be cheating on her with either.
Yes. Exactly. And so the first episode, everybody has their own little kind of story arc. Geneva husband might be cheating on her, so we don't know if she's headed towards divorce. We're TBD. Rashida. Wait, let me save Rashida for last because
let's say Rashida for last. First of all, Latoya Lucky, girl, I see you, Rashida.
Okay, Houston's very own. Looking good. Acting. That hair color on her, my God.
Stick figure wave.
Yes, that is face card. Just
lucky, y'all, ladies and gentlemen.
Ooh. So let's go. So Naomi, right? The crazy friend,
the devil.
Right, the devil. Naomi is recently divorced. Her husband was rich. Rich is what I gathered because he can fundraise. He has money. She has money because she took half, and we're introduced with her because she's the maid or the babysitter won't let her into Geneva's house.
She was like, curb.
And so they're trying because there's this benefit that Rashida's husband, a pastor, is throwing, and they're trying to figure out who do we invite? Do we invite Naomi or her ex-husband? Her ex-husband has money, so we're gonna invite him. And then they kind of invited both of them, but now they're all trying to figure out what are we gonna do because they don't want Naomi in the same spot because Naomi is there are some crazy tendencies going on. But the main thing with Naomi in this episode is she decides to hire a male escort. You can immediately tell that's what's happening in this scene. And like, this is a Tyler Perry scene if I ain't never seen it in my life. It was the sexual tension was weird because it was also kind of combative. And I was like,
Beauty and Black all over again.
Yes. I'm like, are they about to have sex? Are they about to kill each other?
Or is he gonna kill her? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I was like, girl, you in danger. Get out of there.
I was thinking that too. I was like, wait, is he threatening her? And then she's like, no, I'm threatening you, nigga. And she get on top of him. And I'm like, what is happening? And And basically, they like it. They do have sex. Very rough sex to the point where she almost ends up choking him out with a
Yeah, he had
collar.
the collar on. Yeah.
Okay, well,
Safe words, people. Safe words.
then immediately after done, she's like, "Get out." He's like, "No." She's like, "Get the out." He's like, "No." And I'm just like, this is weird. That was weird too. I'm like,
Beauty and Black.
again, are y'all about to again? She pulls a gun out on him. My nigga, he licks the gun, Chappelle.
He said, "You got a death wish? I got a death wish too." I said, "What is happening? Shoot him! like you are in danger, girl." She does not seem like she cares. Like they told us Naomi was crazy because and they needed to reiterate it over and over and over again because we needed to understand why this woman did not call the cops, why this woman did not shoot him. This man is being very combative. He will not leave her home. He is licking the gun that she's holding on him, and she's just like, "Get out. Get out. I'm sick of you. Get out. Get out." I'm just, lady, this is not safe. But she crazy, so it makes sense for her.
Yeah. And he was like, and it was weird because I'm like, I do think this nigga is in love with her. So like, what is happening? Because she throws a lot of money at him, which was hundreds on hundreds on hundreds. And he's like, "This is more money than you were supposed to pay me. Are you sure you don't want me to stick around?" And he wanted to stick around. Let's be very clear. Let's be clear. Like he liked what was happening, and he did not want to leave. And at one point, he tells her like he says, "Don't be doing this with everybody because some people won't be nice like I am, and they might take you for all this." And she's like, "You think I'm scared?" And that's when
Like, shut up, boy. Yeah.
So, and then meanwhile, she's trying to like log into a Finsta to check in on the white woman that her husband left her for. And he's like, "I can help you." And he does help her. He logs her into his Finsta. She gets to see the white girl, and he does eventually leave. But I bet you dollars to donuts, this is not the last we see of him. And he's even like, "I can take care of him if you want me to." Yeah. And she's like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, I could take care of it." She's like, "I don't know what you're talking about." I'm like, "Girl, what do you he trying to kill?"
Right. A murderous escort that you just met 20 minutes ago. You know, like, don't get me wrong. I'm sure they had sex for longer than that. But like, damn, he already offered to kill somebody for you, Naomi. Okay. You know, like it's a little crazy in that whole household. Mari, I felt like this man is definitely going to be around for sure. Like whether he's just like, you know, there to make the ex jealous or he's got shenanigans because he held a gun in his mouth. He don't, you know, you can't waste a character like that. You got to keep him around because he can do he'll do anything. If you're willing to lick a gun, you know, you have carte blanche here.
Honestly, it's interesting. I was like, I will come back for this storyline. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it was weird. The sexual tension was weird, but it was there at the very least. It was one of the most realistic. Oh, that's sad to say, but a realistic relationship that I've seen in a show. Beauty in Black is my only frame of reference, y'all, for like an ongoing Tyler Perry show. And there's nothing good there.
Now we got Divorced Sisters, which you said was rated very highly. And so I can definitely see why it would be. Because, like you said, that storyline was the wackiest one. But I think the other ones were like, I can legit follow this, like kind of like a soap opera type show.
Yeah. The Tiffany, the one who's been divorced for 3 years, she doesn't really have a main storyline in here other than they're like, "Girl, you need to get back out there," and that she meets with their other friend who I cannot remember her name. Bridget. Okay, yes, Bridget and Tiffany meet basically just to spill tea on the others because Bridget works for Rashida and Pastor Jeff, and she's tiptoeing around some stuff. So skirt. Let's get to Rashida and Pastor Jeff. Our homegirl Latoya Luckett. Well, let me let you tell. Let me let you tell.
So Rashida is the church lady. They make it very clear. She is married to Pastor Jeff, played by Devin Franklin, former Mr. Megan Good. And so
I didn't even realize that was him.
Every time he in something, I'd be like, "Is that why y'all got a divorce?" You know, like in my mind, I don't know. I can never separate the actor from the artist when it comes to him specifically. I don't know why, but I was like, "Mr. Megan Good, is that you?" So anyway, Pastor Jeff, he's inviting Rashida's homegirl's ex that we know will be very combative for Naomi. He's asking for money. He's very much a powerful pastor, but it's very clear that he's kind of talking down to Rashida. She gets upset with him because he's undermining him in front of their employees, including her friend Bridget. And as the episode goes on, it's very clear that there's some tension between the two of them. Rashida being somebody who is she's the first lady of the church. She does ministry. I've heard I believe they reference her doing a sermon. So she is also someone who is very religious and in the pulpit giving the sermons and mentoring a lot of people and giving people the word when they need it. She is hosting counseling, even though they say that she needs it herself. And the woman that she ends up bringing into counseling is a 19-year-old who says for the last 3 months, I've been going through, there's been so much going on in my life. And then I saw you last Sunday and your sermon really spoke to me. And I just felt like I needed to come and repent. Do you think God will forgive me? She says, God will forgive you. He's like, would you forgive me? And of course, Rashida's like, what do you mean by that? Only for us to find out that this 19-year-old has been sleeping with Pastor Jeff. She came with you. Shit. That's what happened.
I knew it. The moment she sat down, I was like, oh no. And Chappell, that baby pregnant.
Oh, you can already tell. Gotta be. We see that coming. Break baby coming. Not even a break baby. Cheat baby coming. You know what I'm saying? Baby. It's on the way. Cheat baby.
It's there. Yeah. And LaToya Luckett, hard cam on her face to end the episode. Perfection. Perfection.
We get one storyline that we don't really tie up. It's Geneva. She heard the lawyer of the group. She's talking to her child. Now, Mari, you're a parent. Sometimes kids just be saying stuff, but sometimes you be like, "Where'd you pick that up from?"
I always follow up.
And I'm glad that she did because she sees her daughter playing with dolls, and her daughter says, "Girl, you fine as hell," which I thought. Now, why is this baby saying that? What Tyler Perry show you got this child watching? Only to find out that the Tyler Perry show is this child's real life because her father, who we do not meet, has been saying this to one of the parents of one of the students at the school. So Geneva decides to put on her Diarra from Detroit detective hat. And she goes on a fact-finding mission. She calls the school, harasses the teacher, goes up to the school, flirts her way through the door with the janitor as she gets all this information, and we never find out who is allegedly potentially having an affair with her husband and got her daughter repeating him saying, "You so damn fine, girl." So I wanted to press play on the episode too, so I can at least find out who the husband is and who is this woman.
I was wondering if it was going to be the mother of the kid or if it was going to be like the nanny.
I thought it was the teacher. Because the teacher was being like, "Girl, stop calling up here." But I feel like it can't be the teacher because the janitor would have just been like, "That's the teacher's daughter." You know what I'm saying?
Right. And the teacher, well, it's because the teacher got so much smoke for Geneva because she's like, It really is better if both parents are present because we find out Geneva is a high-powered attorney. She's a partner in her law firm, which is another reason why Naomi was there to see her because she was handling Naomi's divorce, I believe. So I was wondering, I was like, okay, it to me set up the whole powerful woman trope, woman in power, powerful woman. So her husband is, because we don't know what he does, so but yeah, I really thought it was going to be like the nanny because they also mentioned that because they're like either your husband or your nanny comes and picks her up, and because this is clearly a wealthy school, so I was wondering if it's going to be the nanny or whatever.
See, but I thought the little girl would have just been like, "It's the nanny," she was like, "It's Maddie's mama." I'm like,
but she didn't. She didn't say Maddie's mom. Remember, she said
the lady who dropped her off.
Yeah, the lady who dropped her off. Yeah.
If the nanny in another room, tell us. You gotta tell us.
And that was, and when she asked her nanny for 2 seconds, I was like, you didn't press hard enough.
Right, you let her get away with it because I think if it ain't her, she know exactly. What's going on. So Yeah, so that was Divorce Sistas, the premiere. I mean, we got some twists and turns, but I mean, there's some star power there. Like we said, Latoya Luckett, Devin Franklin, of course, like you said, Kadeen. Like there's some big names in here that I'm pretty sure we'll have a good time watching this one for sure. If we plan on checking it out some more, luckily for us, it's only on season 2 as of now. Like season 1 has aired, and we don't know when season 2 is coming. So yeah, we could get into that one on time when it comes back around.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad.
So
pretty good.
So I know this had the highest rated premiere, but I have to tell you, Sistas was better than Divorce Sistas. The premiere,
really?
The premiere threw some changes, man. So Sistas it's in the same vein, right? It's like very, very similar in that like we have these women, they're all like, they're all really good friends, not actual sisters, obviously, but their drama is that they're looking for a love, right? They haven't made it to divorce status. There are some of them that are in relationships. Our leading sister, I believe her name is Andrea. She's a divorce attorney. Okay, so she's going to be in the makings of like making sure that all of her friends get like good advice and stuff like that. She's a high-powered lawyer, very similar to Geneva. And her thing is that she just started, but she's like taking off, right? Like you can't like the partners love her, the clients love her, and she is sleeping with a married man. And he's giving her the, oh baby, just like I promise I'm gonna leave my wife. I promise. Like they sleep together, and then he gets a text message, I gotta run, it's my wife. It's very, very, what is it? Dro from Insecure, like I gotta go, it's a lot of that going on, but he swears he's going to leave his wife. I just need 4 more months. I just need 3 more months. He's giving her the runaround when it comes to that. But her friend, only one of her friends knows, and it's her friend Karen. Karen Karen just had a physical because her husband or boyfriend has been cheating on her, and she knows it. And so she finds herself at the lady doctor, getting a checkup, making sure she doesn't have any incurable diseases. She might have contracted something, but it wasn't, the package, it wasn't a big one. So she's fine. Right. Yeah, she's fine. But once she decides like, okay, I'm through, I'm done with this dude, she'll never be done with this dude. He gives her like the typical business, Mari. I'm talking about, baby, please don't go. I love you. Da 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 da. And I'm through. I'm done. I'm through. He falls to his knees crying. First, she tries to put him out the house. He's like, you can't put me out this house. This is our house. She goes, all you did was help me with the down payment, and you never paid rent. So he's like, all right, next up. He starts crying. He falls to his knees, like Usher in the "You Got It Bad" video. He's hugging on her arms. I mean, on her legs, crying. So she lets him spend the night. She's like, you can sleep on the couch. Then in the middle of the night, he hears a buzzing sound coming from her room. So he tiptoes into the room. What you in here doing, girl? And she's like, oh, get out of here. I don't want you in here no more. Da, 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 da. And then seconds later, they're getting busy. And so he is sexed his way back into her life. She was weak. Yeah. The whole time I was like, stand up, Karen. So she's another one. They have a what's her name from not Natasha Rothwell's character from Insecure.
Like
they have I can't they have her like her type, Danny. She's abrasive, but she's fun and loud, and everybody's kind of annoyed at her, but like they'll deal with her. She works at the airline with Karen's she works at the airline with the guy that Karen is sleeping with. And so she's like cussing him out like, I know you cheating on my friend. So there's that too. But let's get to the real drama here. Okay. Yeah. So there's a woman named Sabrina. She's like, oh well, I guess her drama is kind of minor, but there's a woman named Sabrina. She's got a dude who's been coming up to the bank, who's been checking in on her left and right, kind of, trying to muster up the courage to ask her out. He eventually does. And her line of question is he gay? Because the other bank teller, the gay bank teller is like, I think he was trying to holler at me. So now she runs him past the sisters, and they all like, I don't know, they asking him questions. The airline homegirl Danny, she just points blank out and asks him, "Is like, you like dick?" And so he's like, "Oh my god!" So they get through that. We get to poor Andrea, who now she's such a high powered lawyer that she helped this woman win like this $1 million divorce settlement. Ooh. So the woman's like, I got the perfect client for you. It's another high powered CEO type. She got a bunch of money. The woman ends up coming and they're talking about the case, and she's very confident because she just helped this other CEO woman take this man for the money that she was trying to get out of her. Come to find out, this woman's husband is the married dude that Andrea is sleeping with. Boop, boop, boop,
boop. Oh my god! And I bet the woman's like, I know he's cheating on me.
And you don't what, Mari? Word for word, bar for bar. In the coming next episode, the first clip they show us. I know my husband is cheating. I just can't tell the truth. Andrew's in there like. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, the same man who's like, I'm gonna leave my wife is her client. That's a twist.
Okay.
Yeah, this was there. Okay, sisters. Okay.
All right.
And if I'm not mistaken, Sistas got 9 effing seasons.
Yeah, it does. It's been on for a while. I know that.
Mari, that show got Grey's Anatomy episodes. It's 22 episodes a damn season. 25 episodes.
God.
Tyler Perry did his big one. He said, I want all of it. I want all that. The show been on since before COVID.
That's what, but it looks like it's only been on since right before COVID, like 2019. How do you get 9 seasons since 2019?
22 episodes a season for 9 seasons. Crazy. I was in shock when I saw it because I was thinking,
crazy.
I was like, I'm gonna watch Sistas. Mari, I'm not even gonna hold you. No, I'm not. Not 22 episodes. No, not 22 episodes season. Sorry, can't do it.
The second season ended on March 31st, 2021. The third season started on June 9th, 2021.
Let's get this going. You know what I'm saying?
That is crazy. There is literally only 2 weeks between seasons. December 22nd, 2021, January 5th, 2022.
Crazy. So yeah, if you watch Sistas, let us know in the comments. Is it worth me watching? Don't have me doing hard math. Over 200 episodes of television. Or should I just skip to divorce? Just let us know in our YouTube comments. Mari, what else you got? Because I know you watched a lot more than I did. You watched a few more shows than I was able to check out.
My God, that's crazy. That's too many.
It deterred me from watching it. I'm like, I'll get to that one day when I have time to really sit down and binge it.
That seems daunting, to be quite honest. Okay, so the next thing I watched in honor of the passing of Diane Keaton, I watched the first episode of First Wives Club. The original movie with Diane Keaton, Goldie Hawn, and Bette Midler it's like one of my favorite movies of all.
That's not a surprise to me.
I know. I should not have been watching that as like a like a 7-year-old or something like that. Like what? Okay. But it was one of my favorite movies. So I remember when this version came out, the First Wives Club, the black version came out, and I remember thinking like, oh, that's gonna be so cool. I'm gonna watch it. Of course, I did not watch it. But I did watch the first episode this today, for this, and it was good. So it was good. It definitely called back to the movie. It definitely did. Jill Scott is the lead, I would say, and she basically is playing a aging singer, an R&B singer who was married to Malik Yoba, who
of course,
if that man's not a cop, he's evil. And even when he's a cop, yep. And so he's married to her. Of course, they're like, oh, he's her producer or manager or whatever. And he, of course, leaves her for a younger singer, like a younger singer with an accent who's like light skinned. It's a whole lot of mess.
Mm-hmm.
And it's typical Jill Scott, like
Right. Why is this always happening to her? Sheila, get up.
yes, exactly. Very that. Like she finds them in the studio together, kikiing, and she goes to
Mm-hmm.
that studio yelling, cursing, and it is good. It's a good performance. Like Jill Scott killed this, but again, it's nothing new for her.
Jilly from Philly.
Um, Jilly from Philly, and if I remember correctly, I believe in correlation to the movie, I believe that's Goldie Hawn's. I think she's Goldie Hawn's avatar from
Gotcha.
the movie. Yeah. Because her husband is a dick. He is like, yes, I'm leaving you for a younger woman. Da 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 da. Da. Then there's this other woman here. I'm not familiar with the other actresses in this. Oh wait, Michelle Buteau.
Michelle Buteau. We talked about Michelle Buteau
Yeah,
before.
Michelle Buteau. Well, so that's the thing. So that was kind of the problem about the First Wives Club, because that first episode was not insular. It was not it didn't really wrap a lot of stuff up. It really didn't it kind of really only really gave some good minutes to Jill's character. So the rest of the characters were kind of peripheral just in that first episode. So I don't know if it really made me want to invest more time in it. Other than saying like it was very well produced, acting was on point. Michelle Buteau's character, all we know from her is she kicked her husband out, who is Ronrico Lee, I believe, the dude from Sister.
And from, if I'm not mistaken, Divorced Sistas. We just didn't get that far.
Oh, really? That makes sense. All we know is she kicked him out. Like she's giving him the kids, and she barely told her girls. Like he cheats on her. He cheated on her, but he wants her back. But she kicked him out. Which what is that? Bette Midler's character at first. It's been a minute since I've watched, or Diane Keaton's. I think it was Diane Keaton's character in First Wives. It's been a minute since I watched First Wives Club, the movie. But so she kicks him out, but he wants her back. He's trying everything he can do to get her back. But not much again in this first episode. Michelle Buteau is so funny in this. Like she really does add the comedy to it. I'm like, I'm sitting here like, I know that was the ad lib. I know that was an ad lib. And then the other woman, she was a high-powered attorney. Her husband is running for Congress or something, and she takes a step back from her job in order. I think this was Bette Midler's character. She takes a step back from her running her law firm to run his campaign.
Okay.
And all we get in this first episode is like, you could tell she's overwhelmed because she's doing a lot of the work. She's like really working the room, oh, I'll schedule this lunch and I'll do this, and then their marriage is not like, the sex is clearly bad. Like it's like they are not connecting. And so that's all we really get from them in this one. So, and I really do feel like it probably leans heavy on the audience knowing the original source material, I would probably say.
Oh, okay.
I would think. But it's not bad. Like it was entertaining, but it didn't make me like, oh, I gotta drop everything and watch First Wives Club. It's like on the TBR list. You know what I'm saying? Like it's now officially on the I would watch this when I have time at some point, maybe.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
and it's been wrapped. It's so it is over. Yes. I believe they had it 3 seasons. Kept it tight. 3 seasons, about 10 episodes a piece, in and out. I ain't mad at it. So I'll definitely check it out. Mostly just because I want to see if they're gonna be bold enough to let Jill Scott sing "You Don't Own Me." Because I just feel like if that's when I think of the First Wives Club, that's all I think about. Yeah.
That's
so
all
like,
I think about. And they didn't even tease it. So I was like, oh.
I mean, she gotta sing it at least a little bit. Like it's Jill Scott. Why would you bring her in if you ain't gonna let her sing?
which is crazy because the main crux of the first episode is she records a song. She's recording a song with this producer who looked so familiar. He almost looked like Yaya, but not Yaya. And I was like, who is this guy? He looks so familiar to me, and I couldn't remember. But she records a song with this producer. He's like, this song is a banger. When's your album coming out? She's like, Halloween. They're like, she's like, yes, I'm finally, like, they're finally gonna be pushing me, blah, 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 blah. Her and her husband goes to a premiere that night. He sees his younger singer. They ask, oh, when's her next project coming out? He announces Halloween. And when she sees them in the studio, because it's on Instagram and stuff, the girl is singing the song that so that's when she busts into the studio and is like, how you gonna give her my song, da 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 da. And he was like, you know what? He did the same thing from First Class because he was like, okay, I'm glad. He's like, I can finally drop the charade. I hate you. I was like, dang. I can finally da 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 da. You know how that one husband did that. So what she does is she leaks her song first. She gets somebody to leak her song. Yeah. And so, but it's not You Don't Know Me. I mean, it's very much like
but you kind of have to give it. But you gotta give it to us, right? You got her standing on the chair or something. Like, damn, can we just like Diane just died? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying, let's pay homage. Let's pay homage. I don't know. Maybe we'll have to check it out to find out.
Yeah. So so again, like you said, it's wrapped. 3 episodes, not that bad. So it will, it'll probably be one of those things when like any of my Black family comes over, that's what I'll throw on.
Yeah. Just have it on in the background.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Sistas wouldn't be awful to put on in the background either. I'm just saying, like, it'll keep people talking, but at the same time, you ain't gotta watch. I mean, you really gonna pay a close attention to 22 episodes a season and a binge? Like, nah, like, no.
Exactly.
So, Mari, I've never heard about this show, but I'm dying for you to tell me about it. What the hell is House on Fire?
Oh my gosh. So this was one of the gems that I was like, I'm so glad that I went on BET Plus and found this, because if you know anything about me, you might not. I've been podcasting for 5 years, but one of my favorite shows of all time is RuPaul's Drag Race. One of my favorite, I've talked about it on this podcast. One of my favorite shows on HBO Max was Legendary. One of my favorite shows on Vice was called My House. But basically, finally some gay shit. House on Fire is about the ballroom house Miyake Mugler. It follows the legendary fathers of the house and their children as they prepare for different balls. And like, I as an ally looking in, I am so fascinated with ballroom culture. A lot of it again stemmed from Legendary. It stems from Paris is Burning. I watched Paris is Burning a few times. That's one of my favorite documentaries. I even watched the follow-up documentary, I Am Your Venus, about Venus's extravaganza. So it's like something that's really near and dear to my heart, that I know that I'll, that like I appreciate it for what it is without trying to insert myself into. And so when I saw House on Fire, I was like, oh my God, it's like all my worlds colliding, because for those who don't know, Legendary on HBO was a ballroom. It was a ballroom like dance competition show that ran for 3 seasons. The last 2 being right around COVID, and being so good. It was basically like America's Best Dance Crew, but for like ballroom houses. And it was so good. Law Roach was a judge. Keke Palmer was a permanent judge. Jamila Jamil was supposed to be the host, and then Meg Thee Stallion was a guest judge on 2 of the seasons. So like, it was such a good show, and HBO Max took it off of streaming. Like,
damn,
I hate them so much. They took everything. We talk about it. They took everything Black, queer, gay off of HBO. Like, and this is why like having hard media matters, because streaming, they can just decide not to stream anything at any point. But it's just so revolutionary to watch these houses, these queer people, these trans people, these people like bring ballroom to the mainstream in such an authentic way, because a drag race is not a ballroom. You know what I'm saying? Like it's very offensive to equate drag race to the ballroom scene, because it's just not that. It's drag race is way more mainstream now. But because of that, on House on Fire, there's several people from Drag Race, from Legendary, from a show. There's a show called My House on Vice, that I used to watch back in 2018. That features one of the people here on House on Fire. My House was so good. It was so good. And it, Vice is one of those TV shows that is just kind of like on the periphery of stuff. It always has something new on it. And My House followed certain people in the ballroom scene in it, and it followed people who were like trying to get into a house, who were in a house, it was really like a New York City ballroom reality show. It was a reality TV show. So I said all of that. That was the setup for House on Fire, which is on BET Plus, which I believe it premiered this year. If you can look that up for me, Chappelle. But it's a reality TV show that follows the house of Miyake Mugler and their prominence in the ballroom scene. And so we get several cast members, like Father Yosef, who is the father of the house of Miyake Mugler. Him and a few of these people on here were on I believe it was the second season of Legendary.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. And I think they won. I'm trying to remember.
Okay, so
It's
these
been a
might be
minute.
the winners coming and having like a show about them.
So I'm trying to remember. I remember because the House of Juicy Couture won season 3. That I know for a fact. And and Brooklyn and Lolita, who are featured in House on Fire, they were House of Juicy Couture. So they are 2 winners from Legendary season 3.
Gotcha.
And the reason being was they were a Kiki house. So when they were House of Juicy Couture, they were like it's like a kind of like their babies in the ballroom scene, and they put together a Kiki house for Juicy Couture. They went on Legendary. They killed it. When I tell you, the routines that they came up with gave me chills. You remember watching ABDC, and when you see a good routine, it would just give you chills.
Shout out to Fanny Pack. I see y'all.
Yeah. Shout out to Vogue Revolution, who was on ABDC. Who 2 of the people from Vogue Revolution were the host and the main judge on Legendary. So House of Juicy Couture, they are winners. They are, the 2 of them are in Miyake Mugler. And then Tati Miyake Mugler, who's featured on here, she was like the main character on My House in Vice. And it's so crazy seeing her. It's like now it's like 7 years later or something like that. And on My House, she was like young, up and coming. She was known as Tati 007 because she was basically a free agent and everybody was coming for her. And she was killing the scene for Femme Queen voguing. And she was just amazing. She still is, but it was crazy to see her in My House and then to see her here on House on Fire, where she is like kind of like she's not on the same level as Father Yosef or the overall mother Exotic, but she's the big sister to the baby ballroomers, who are Brooklyn and Lolita here on House on Fire. So perfection. Like if you like those reality TV shows that, Housewives, Basketball Wives, Atlanta,
Yeah, love and
the
hip hop.
music, love and hip
Yeah.
hop. This is in that vein. It's
Okay.
they're people. They're I'm so and so like.
They got the
This is my dream
taglines.
house. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not full. It's not full like that. It's not polished like that because it's still it. The first episode alone, Chappelle, the house got into 3 fights. Like
Yes.
like in the first episode alone, like Tati and Chanel are both Miyake Mugler. They live together, and Roz Miyake Mugler from Atlanta is coming to New York because, of course, we're fabricating all of this. But he is a part of the house. He is also an elder of the house, but he is the black sheep of the house. So wherever he comes, he is normally basically annoying people. Yes.
Right.
And they're like, the last time that Roz and Tati saw each other, she slapped him across the face in the middle of the club. Like, so,
it's too much. It's too much.
It's so good. It is so good. It's such shady drama. Father Yusuf and grandmother Exotic, even though Exotic he's a man, he identifies as a man, and he walks Butch Queen face category, but he stepped into the house mother because there's always a house father and always the house mother to help with the babies. And Yosef is interviewing a new prospect. His name is AJ. AJ wants to become a part of Miyake Mugler. AJ and Exotic used to date.
Oh.
Yeah. And AJ and Yosef is telling him this, and AJ and Exotic is like, well, we used to be there. He was like, yeah, but y'all weren't boyfriend and girlfriend. He said y'all weren't dating, y'all weren't together. Like, you would have told me, like, y'all was just seeing each other. And he was like, I guess. And then AJ shows up because of course they have a big dinner. AJ shows up and Exotic is like, and AJ is like, oh, he still look good. And Exotic has a boyfriend already. So it's like, yeah.
First of all, you shouldn't be out here dating your sister. No way. Now that y'all in the same house, there should be rules. We should make regulations against this.
That would be his son. If AJ is in House of Mugler, that would be his son now. But the scenes from the next episodes.
It's like Pose the reality show, because there was a lot of that going on in Pose too, right? We bringing in somebody, but why is he fucking Billy Porter? You got questions. I got questions, y'all. Okay.
Yes, if you like Pose, you would love House on Fire. Exactly. Perfect example, Chappelle. And it's just so good. And it's so real. Like, all of these reality shows, they're all put on, but you can tell that these people are so real, so genuine, living their lives as openly as they can. And it's just so incredibly funny. Like I said, Roz and Tati get into it immediately. Brooklyn starts getting into it with Roz to the point where Exotic has to be like, you need to respect your elders. And Roz is like, y'all don't discipline your kids. It is so funny. Meanwhile, Lolita is like, she has pink hair. She is gorgeous. She sang on Legendary. Like, she's a like, she kind of does MC work, and she's a cisgender woman who is like, they welcome me with open arms. She is the one person that's always in the room like, hey guys, like, let's calm down.
You don't get in these people's space trying to get get the quorum. Let us cook. Let them fight.
It is so funny. So I love it. I'm like, I am all the way in. And then at the end of the episode, you do get shots of them at this ball, an OTA ball, a OTA mini ball that happens every week. So it's just so good. I was like, this is everything I wanted. And the fact, I'm like, why do I know all of these people?
No, yeah, you locked in. I love you hearing you talk when you're in your bag talking about drag and ballroom, because I mean, you could tell how much you like it. And I think that again, this is on BET Plus, so we know our white friends don't know about it. But I do think that they like drag enough and ballroom enough, a lot of them, that they really enjoy it. Like, I'm definitely gonna text Scally the link and be like, "What you think?" Because Scally locked in, and so yeah, people check this out. Check this out and let us know what you think. And then also let us know if you need Mari covering more drag content, drag
Right.
adjacent ballroom content
Yeah.
as well here on Recap Kickback. Because I got some ideas, Mari. I just haven't told you about them yet.
I know. You have ideas. I got you.
Always. Mari, the family business goes to New Orleans. But before that, it was its own show, right?
Yeah. Which was so funny.
Yeah, how was it?
Which is so funny because I thought I clicked on the New Orleans one, and then I was like, "Oh wait, I'm I'm watching the original." Okay.
I think I've seen the first episode of the New Orleans one.
Okay, so I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I could not tell you what I watched. Like, I know I saw Ernie Hudson and what is it? Keith David do their big ones, I believe.
Keith David's in this?
I'm pretty sure he's in that. I'm pretty sure that's Keith David.
We love Keith David.
But other than that, it was just kind of like XYZ, like rich family. They run Detroit. They have the wild child. The only funniest thing about this was all his kids are named after cities. I'm assuming it's the cities they're conceived in. Like the daughter's name is Paris, the son's name is Orlando.
There's a woman named Charlotte, from what I can tell, as well. I don't know if she's the mama or what.
Maybe Duncan is their last name. It's the Duncan family. They're the powerful family. Tammy Roman is in this as London Duncan, I believe. Her husband is the dude. I was staring at him. I know who this guy is. I think his name starts with like an M or something.
Miguel A. Nunez from Joanna Man.
Yes, thank you.
Joanna Man is in this. That's crazy.
Yes. And he's Tammy Roman's husband, and he be slapping her in the face. And I'm like,
I don't know nothing about Miguel in real life, but they kind of seem like something he would. I'm not gonna project that on his, but like, I'm just saying he be acting. I just put it like that.
He be acting, yeah.
He could be acting.
So it really was like it didn't move me, to be quite honest. The biggest thing was like Ernie Hudson said he was gonna step down. Then there was maybe I missed something about product. There's Alejandro and some Spanish guys, and I was just like, I don't know. I'm good. They said an exotic dealership in New York. I thought they were in Detroit. I don't know. Lord, I don't know.
One thing that I'm noticing about these shows that we're talking about, there's a lot of like the BT All Stars, I will call them, are in these shows, right? Like Ronrico Lee is in at least 4 of the shows we talked about.
Yes, he is.
Neville is in at least 2 of them for sure.
Yep.
And to that I will say I'm very happy. Whatever. I remember growing up in the 90s, it felt like we had Black A-list celebrities, but they were A-list to us, to in my household. Morris Chestnut was an A-list celebrity in 95. Now he might be like A- list now in real life, but in my life, that man was A+, in my household. Right. If he walked into our home, my mom would have fainted. It's like, it's just one of those things. I also saw, I was looking at the Wikipedia, all right. Darren Henson as Orlando, not Darren's Dance Grooves, ain't no lie. Bye. He's Orlando. Where did they find him?
And he's the main son. And I was staring at him the whole time, like, this guy looked so familiar. And I could not put my finger on it. Yep, it's Darren. It's Darren's Dance Grooves.
I'm glad he's still in
a lot of stuff.
Darren acts in a lot of stuff. Yeah, he'd be around. I'm happy. Go Darren's Dance Grooves. I remember when he popped up in the Soul Food TV series. Something else I was too young to be watching. It don't sound like we gonna be watching the family business as a family.
No, to be honest, it was not. I was like, I don't care. Like, I didn't like the writing personally. Oh, and the sound mixing was so off. Like, the background music was higher than the vocals. I was checking my ears. I'm like, what is going on? Yeah, that was mad weird too. So not for me. unfortunately.
Seasons and a spinoff out of this show. So
They do.
hopefully the quality gets better. I have to imagine that it does.
Mhm.
However, another show that, to quote Mari, we're gonna love from a distance that we both watched.
Mhm.
Oh, this hurts. This hurts. You know, in my mind, Kev on Stage was gonna come adopt us as his own personal podcast.
And he still will, because we're gonna say very nice things about Churchy.
I look. It was very like Kev on Stage has the same strength that Tyler Perry has, not in like all the goofy like love scenes and all that kind of stuff. And he has the strength of talking to church folk. While watching this, the whole time, I was like, my aunties, my like my granny, and them, they would love this show.
They would love this. Yep.
He's speaking in church slang the entire time. He's making references to different interchurch like politics and stuff like that. Like, it's one of those, if you know, you know. If you were outside at the church house, if you ever done an Easter speech yearly, if your mama was on the deacon board, if you was a PK, if you have, this was for the church folks. And I think he did exactly what the hell he was supposed to do for that particular group of people.
Now, I agree.
If you are not a church folks, you will not get this. You will not understand this. This is a different language. This is a different community. This was separate. Churchy, I was watching it and I was chuckling because I was like, there is a time where I would be like, oh, this is my stuff. You know what I'm saying? Where I was locked in to where I spoke church fluently. Now I'm like, I dabble, and so I didn't hate it, but it definitely I was like, dang, this is real Churchy. Like, it's called Churchy and it is aptly titled.
So I watched all of season 1 when it came out. Maybe I might have missed the last 2 episodes, maybe, of season 1. And so I tried watching the first episode of season 2, and I was like, I forgot everything from the first season. So let me just stop. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really did. I was just like, I completely forgot what's happening here. So, but yeah, I love everything that Kev on Stage does, especially since, especially giving as many opportunities to as many like Black actors, his friends as possible. Like, I did not grow up nowhere near a church kid. So, which is very ironic since I was a person who went to Catholic school. But like, I understood enough of it, but I was just like you said, I knew it wasn't for me. His other show, The Hospital, that's on BET. I didn't watch on BET Plus. I watched it on the now defunct Kev on Stage app, RIP Kev on Stage.
Went out for our Uncle Kev.
Yeah.
Uncle Kev.
Yeah. The Kev on Stage Studios app. I watched it on like the Patreon and stuff like that. And The Hospital is so good. It's so good. It's so funny. It's on BET Plus now. It was like these little like 10-15 minute sketches of just improv of him and some of like the most well-known like Black TikTok influencer comedians, like just doing improv in a hospital setting. And it's so funny. BET bought it and it is on BET Plus. They put them together as like 4 episodes, I believe. It ended up being 4 episodes. So if Churchy might not be your speed because you might not know that, go to The Hospital, because The Hospital is so funny. It is so Black coded, from like the nurses at the reception like being from the Caribbean and like being like and like ignoring the patients, to like a doctor who comes in with a kufi who's like Grand Rising's queen.
Oh no, you gotta walk out at that point. If you walk in with a kufi, so somebody say Grand Rising, you gotta just leave. There's nothing else to talk about at that point.
I think if I remember correctly in that sketch, the patient was Mel Mitchell, aka the baddest Mitch.
Yes.
Twitter. And she was like, "Oh hell!"
Love the baddest Mitch. She should unblock me.
I love her so much.
Yeah.
What did you?
She blocked everybody. It's in her header. Like, she just blocked folks. I didn't do nothing. I promise, because I love her. I would never.
Love her too.
Yeah, I was like, I would never say nothing. Shout
out to the Jokes on You podcast.
Yeah.
So maybe try that. So yeah, the fact that Kev on Stage is partnering with BET Plus to put all these offerings out is good. So I'm glad we got to like sample some of that as well.
Yeah, Kev, come adopt us. Like I was saying, if
Please.
you
Please.
have not, yeah, please save us, save us. Yeah, if you didn't watch it, the premise is easy. Corey Carr Jr., played by Kev on stage, is the son of a megachurch leader, and he thinks he's going to be next up to run the church. He gets passed over. They call it Passover. And he ends up moving to Lubbock, Texas,
Mhm.
to to kind of like do his own thing, right? And so that's kind of the premise of it. Very funny. But again, they're speaking church talk. Everything like you had to have been there. This is for the Kojic kids out there. Y'all know y'all know who y'all are. So I enjoyed it, but I definitely was like, I gotta lock in. Like if I'm gonna watch this, I'm gonna have some good laughs, but also I gotta watch this with my church friends. We gotta sit around and talk about this, kind of like laugh at it in that little bubble of like church folks. But I didn't hate it. Matter of fact, I will say this: of all the things we've talked about, I haven't hated anything. So maybe the Family Business. I think I haven't given it a chance, but of all the things we've talked about, this sounds like a lot of good television that we just have not really dove into.
Exactly.
I will not be checking out all 9 seasons of 22 episodes of Sistas, but Divorce Sisters might have me. Because it's just starting.
It honestly might. Yeah.
And then and when Diarra comes back from Detroit, I'll be waiting. We tapping in on that. So this was so much fun. Thank you all for listening. Let us know in the comments. What BET Plus show should we be watching? We just did these variety. We did them randomly, basically. We didn't have any rhyme or rhythm. We just kind of picked what we thought looked cool or whatever, or we had heard about and checked it out. But if there is something we missed, let us know in the comments. YouTube.com/@RecapKickback. And then, or, you can hit us up on social media at Recap Kickback on all social media platforms to let us know what you think about the BT Plus shows and about the podcast. Make sure you show us some 5-star reviews on your podcatcher of choice, whether it's the Apple, Spotify, or whatever. Leave us 5 stars and let us know that we're doing a good job. At Kev on stage and let them know that we need to be adopted. It's time. Hurry up. We gave you enough time to do it on your own, Kev. Now we're going to have to bother you.
Ain't too proud of beg.
And ain't never been. And so, and then, that wraps up everything I got to say about this week. But Mari, I have an idea, like always. Okay. I want to talk about vampires with Mari. It's spooky season. It's spooky season, and like the way Mari get hyped to talk about ballroom and drag and House of the Dragons. Her other zhuzh, as she would say,
yes, is exactly what I would say.
Is the vampires, and I finally basically begged Mari to talk to me about Interview with the Vampire. And so we will be covering seasons 1 and 2 episodes at a time, so that we can move through them relatively quickly. Just in time for season 3. So next week, instead of our weekly Tuesday variety show that we do here, we'll be having Interview with the Vampire coverage for episodes 1 and 2 of season 1. If you are not a fan of Interview with the Vampire and don't plan on watching it, and you still want to listen to podcasts, we will be bringing you other supplemental coverage as well. We still have our Flavor of Love live coverage on there. We still have our bi-weekly Abbott Elementary coverage with me and Gia, and then I will find other ways of filling in that content void so that we can still talk about vampires and you can still get the content that you want. We'll just have various guests coming on to join us for these assignments. So Mari, thank you so much for agreeing to interview the vampires with me.
Of course, an interview with a black ass vampire, I believe
is. Yes, it's our people. And so, we're gonna do that, and we'll be back next week with that coverage. But until then, Mari, what do you have going on in your neck of the woods?
Of course, over on Crime Scene, me and Sarah Carradine are talking all things true crime. It was just me and Sarah this week talking about Ed Gein, Monster, the Ed Gein story on Netflix. It's been number 1 for the past few weeks. Me and Sarah talk about how we feel about dramatized true crime. So you can go to crimescenepod.com. That's crime SEEN pod.com to subscribe. You can also just type in Crime Scene wherever you get your podcasts. You can also support us by going to buymeacoffee.com/crime scene pod in order to support. This was such a great episode. It was just me and Sarah, and we basically kind of did like a reintroduction because we realized like we have a lot of new listeners and maybe they might not know us as much. So we kind of did like a little reintroduction to ourselves there. So definitely go check that out. You can also find us over on Blue Sky at Crime Scene Pod on Blue Sky. You can find me at Mari Talks Too Much, too, like the number 2 on Blue Sky. Nowhere else. I'm not at the bad place. Don't look for me there because you won't find me. But that's it.
Yeah. And follow me on all social media platforms at Recap Kickback. But that's it for Mari and for myself. You ain't got to go home, but you do have to come back next week to listen to us talk about Interview with the Vampire. We'll talk to y'all next time. Peace. I've been trapped behind this wall, Maria. Isolated like it's North Korea. Smaller city with some bigger dreams. The wall is cracked, I'm looking in between it. The world is yours, but man, I gotta see it. They say it's hard, but man, I gotta see it. The air I'm breathing can't feel my chest. Wait on life, I wanna hold my breath. I'ma get in my goddamn self. Hey.